Good morning, and thank you for joining us for our weekly press conference. In honor of Employee Appreciation Day, which is tomorrow, March 7th, today I want to focus on my appreciation for the incredible employees who work here at City Hall. As mayor, I am proud of our City of Erie employees for their hard work, dedication, and professionalism in providing city services to everyone in our community. Working in city government can sometimes be a thankless job. Often, the people we hear from are upset about something that didn't go the way they expected it to go. Unfortunately, our dedicated city employees sometimes bear the brunt of that frustration. Our employees, however, are following the rules and the law and doing the best to arrive at equitable solutions for all involved. City employees are people just like all of us. Just like you, they are coping with life challenges, taking care of loved ones, dealing with health issues, and trying to pay all their bills. But the team here is committed to serving you. When I first started as mayor, I used to say that without my team, I might be able to do only about 20% of what we're doing. But as we rapidly took projects, I rapidly reduced that to 15%, to 10%, and within just a few weeks, I admitted that without my team, I could not accomplish even 5% by myself. So, in honor of Employee Appreciation Day tomorrow, I wanted to highlight some of their accomplishments. My team and I are on a mission. 6 words: build opportunity, restore hope, transform Erie. Our Department of Education and Community Development distributes federal funding to community centers, nonprofit organizations, neighborhood groups, and shelters. Over the last 7 years, we have distributed $22 million in community development block grants, $6 million in home grants, $2 million in emergency solution grants, and $4.7 million in COVID CARES Act funding. This funding supports free after-school and summer youth recreation programs, economic and community development initiatives, housing projects, free technical assistance for small business owners and entrepreneurs, and revitalization of our parks and our neighborhoods. Leading that department are Director Deborah Smith, Assistant Director Dave Dieter, and HUD Grant Administrator Veronica Field, who understand HUD regulations and do an amazing job of working with groups to ensure that the funding is spent, monitored, and reported accurately. Under the leadership of Chris Groner, our Office of Development Services provides microgrants and low-interest loans to businesses, assists entrepreneurs, manages code enforcement and zoning, and has secured an unprecedented amount of state and federal grants. Chris Groner has been at the city managing the revolving funds for 2 decades now. Since 2018, he has grown these funds from $6.25 million to more than $25 million, and has supported hundreds of businesses that are created and retaining jobs here in Erie. He assumed direction of code enforcement in January and has been working with Andy Zimmerman, Steve Yerkowitz, and the entire team in code to launch some new initiatives. Our grants team has brought in $120 million in state and federal grants over the last 7 years for much needed equipment, capital, technology, salaries, programs, projects, and initiatives. This team was started by the late Abby Skinner, who served as the city's first full-time grant writer from January 18 until, unfortunately, she passed away in May of 2023. Losing Abby was deeply felt by many of us here. She was an incredible resource, a good friend, and was committed to identifying and securing funding for our community in service of our residents. Before Abby left us, she had been so successful that she suggested hiring staff to manage and administer the grants. Taking up the helm on grant writing are Renee Lamus, Aaron Lonke, and Nicole Bradley and Kat Blair on grant administration, and Mark Madlock on grant accounting. Together, they work with city staff on writing and securing grants, grant reporting, monitoring, administration, and project management to ensure that all rules, regulations, and requirements are followed. For many years, our colleagues at the state and federal level asked why Erie never applied for these grants, which went instead to other PA cities. Now we have, and the results speak for themselves. It's a lot of work to apply for and manage these grants, but it's worth it because of all we can do for our residents. And our team is committed to continuing and secure funding. Our Department of Planning and Neighborhood Resources, led by Jackie Spry, is developing neighborhood plans, studying how to enhance traffic safety, reinvigorating our West 12th Street corridor, and surveying the historic resources of our city, embarking on a comprehensive citywide parks, recreation, and open space plan, and launching the GIS citywide. As within planning, our Love Your Block team, under the leadership of Liz Reyes, continues to empower residents and volunteers to address blight and make small home repairs. This program has made a tangible difference in neighborhoods, improving property values, and instilling a sense of community pride. All totaled, Love Your Block staff and volunteers have removed 180,000 pounds of trash and debris, completed 184 projects, made 288 repairs. They installed 389 new features and 66 landscaping projects, and they've saved residents more than $183,000 in labor costs and completed many community cleanups. As Love Your Block enters its 4th year, a recent NAP grant from the Commonwealth has enabled us to expand to the Central City, Snoops, and Buffalo Road neighborhoods. Our Erie Fire Department teaches fire safety, participates in community outreach, and efficiently responds to fires and medical emergencies, making more than 9,000 calls for service annually. The department is led by Chief Len Trott and Assistant Chiefs Greg Purchase and Al Bucherel. Together, we have made improvements to our 6 firehouses, and that totals nearly $1 million, and we purchased new equipment totaling $1.3 million. We also obtained a new dive truck and deployed 4 new fire trucks totaling $3.7 million, with another new fire truck on the way next fall for $1.8 million. Perhaps most notably, we also added a 3rd fire marshal and our accelerant detection canine, Horace, to the team that includes Fire Chief Marshal Don Sauer and Fire Marshals Chris White and Adam Gotti, who is Horace's handler. Working collaboratively with police, fire, and public works, we also engaged on phase 1 of the Miller Brothers Public Safety Project, which will transform 2111 State Street into the city's new Emergency Operations Center and Public Safety Complex. Under the leadership of Chief Dan Spazzarni, Deputy Chief Bill Marucci, Deputy Chief Rick Laura, Inspector Chris Janis, and Captain Tony Tallarico, our Erie Police Department continually trains, quickly responds, and proactively builds community relationships. Our police respond to over 60,000 calls per year, and thanks to their expertise, their dedication, and their professionalism, all major crime in the city has been reduced, and 100% of the homicides in the last 3 years have been totally solved. Together, we have deployed body-worn cameras and shot spotter technology. We've created a real-time crime center. We've installed license plate readers on every frontline vehicle, and we reinstated the crisis car, the juvenile unit, and the canine unit. We also secured grant funding to purchase millions of dollars in equipment, technology, and vehicles. And thanks to ARP and other grant funding, we were able to increase the police complement to now 194 officers. The department has also grown the Police Athletic League from 6 officers serving 35 students in one location to now 120 officers and 1,700 students in 28 different locations. The Erie Police Department also implemented the COP Community Outreach Program at the Booker T. Washington Center every day now after school. COP also coordinates initiatives such as Shop with a Cop, National Night Out, and Coffee with a Cop. Under the direction of Lieutenant Tom Lennox and Lieutenant Jamie Russo, these community policing initiatives are transforming the cop-kid relationships here in Erie. Our Public Works Department provides our recycling, refuse, sewer, wastewater, stormwater management, and engineering services that maintain our streets, vehicles, signs, properties, golf courses, and our parks. Jason Sayers, Director of Public Works, and Leanne Parmenter, who serves as hybrid Assistant of Public Works and also Director of Engineering, they lead an incredible team, including the following: Bureau Chiefs Jeff Gibbons in streets, Basil Ronzitti in sewers, and Keith Canelda in refuse, Gary Graham in parks, Rob Bedlow in city garage, and Dan Black, who supervises public maintenance. Our communications department, under the leadership of our new director, Kyle Hannon, who introduced me today, does a great job getting the word out about services, resources, programs, projects, and initiatives. Now, on his second week, Kyle has hit the ground running. The team includes Immigrant Refugee Liaison Saeed Taraki, Community Liaison Brother Daryl Craig, Citizen Response Coordinator Moss Sala, and Digital Media Design Specialist Monica Gustin. Our IT department, under the direction of Brian King, does a great job keeping us all connected, communicating, collaborating, and sharing information with each other. Under the leadership of Adrian Nannon, in collaboration with the Police, Fire, and Public Works, residents and visitors are now treated to 16 days of free events here in Erie. These include Lights Over Lake Erie, the 814 Concert Series, the Sounds of Summer Concert Series, and of course, Celebrate Erie. Dave Rocco, the city's Special Events Coordinator, is the man responsible for permitting all events that take place here in the city. Rocco works with police, fire, and public works to handle logistics and ensure the safety of each event. Dave Rocco, the man, is a legend. Our finance department, led by Lisa Gomersall and Melissa Rizzo, is also doing incredible work. When I took office in 2018 and we prepared the first 5-year budget, the city's 2024 structural deficit was projected to be $24 million in 5 years. In 2020, we adopted and began implementing a 5-year financial management plan. Since then, we have made significant progress in addressing Erie's long-term debt, structural deficit, and pension issues. I'm happy to report that thanks to cost-cutting measures and other changes we made, the city's 2024 general fund went from that projected $24 million deficit to a net surplus of $2 million. And we have done this without raising city taxes now in 6 years, while continuing to provide crucial city services. Thanks to our Human Resource Department, Director Eunice Moore, and Assistant Director Carol McWhirter, as well as our Employee Activities Committee, thanks to them for making City Hall a place where everyone's work is valued and celebrated. And much appreciation to our trusted City Solicitor's Office, led by Ed Betson. The remarkable team of Ed, Jason Check, and Gary Vasheko, they provide sound guidance and counsel to me, my team, and City Council for the good of our community. Last but not least, I want to thank my executive assistant, Margie Bruce, who tries to keep my schedule manageable. Thank you, Margie. She does an incredible job in the face of all the requests, and I cannot thank her enough for putting up with me, too. I have only mentioned a fraction of our 700 city employees today, but I extend my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you who work hard day in and day out in service of our residents. Each year, my team and I strive to make value-driven, data-informed decisions to benefit residents and businesses. Over the past 7 years, we have paid down debt, we've shored up pensions, we've increased grants, loaned to businesses, provided an unprecedented amount of funding to homeowners, tackled blight, built relationships in the community, and for the 6th year in a row, we have maintained the current rate of property tax while we kept earned income taxes steady for the last 7 years. Our City of Erie team delivers essential services to you and your family. Every day, we work diligently to identify and secure additional resources that will benefit our community. This is our unwavering commitment to Erie, and I want to send thanks to all of our city employees who make it happen. They are truly public service. Please join me in saying thank you to all our city. Thank you. Thank you very much. I probably should have let you clap many times as I went through that, but we did it all at once. Before I close, while they are not my employees, I also want to thank the City of Erie's other elected officials and their staffs. Our City Controller, Teresa Stankiewicz, our City Treasurer, Kaz Kwiatkowski, our City Councilpersons, Mel Witherspoon is here with us, Kathy Shaw, Mo Troop, Tyler Titus, Ed Brzezinski, Chuck Nelson, and Jasmine Flores. We all work collaboratively to ensure that the City of Erie is acting in the best interest of our residents, and I thank them all for their service and their partnership. Thank you. That concludes this week's press conference. Please continue to follow us on social media for the latest updates on everything happening here in the City of Erie. Thank you for being here or watching today, and everyone, please have a great day.